And welcome back to Primetime Sports Tuesday. The Jamaica Racing Commission has amended Rule 138 of the Rules of Racing to limit the number of times a jockey can strike a horse in a race. However, as Denise Walters reports, while some stakeholders welcome the change, there are those who still believe further changes are needed.
Some stakeholders were clamoring for changes to be made to the ambiguous JRC whip rule that didn't have a set number of times a horse could be whipped at Caymanes Park, while human rights activists wanted the whip to be removed altogether. The JRC stewards have come up with what they believe is a reasonable compromise with Rule 138.5.
Regardless of the distance of the race, no rider is allowed more than 10 strikes, overhand strikes, of use of his whip. The last 2 furlongs of the race, which is usually where the whip is excessively used, no rider is allowed any more than 6 strikes.
We are all agreed, jockeys, owners, punters, the Racing Commission, that restricted use of the whip is important. It's a tool, not a weapon, and we are working with the jockeys to help them to understand how to better use it.
I think it's something new that we need to get used to. I think ongoing training for the jockeys, we should get there.
But trainer Dalton Sergio wants further amendment to the new rule.
First of all, they have changed the whip to a sponge ball whip, and they are now saying that the riders are not allowed to use more than 10 times. And jockeys are being fined through models of money for the use of power use of this wheel, which I think needs to be amended because some horses really have to be asked to run.
And he has a support.
While we need to cauterize this excessive whipping of horses, it is my view that we need to revisit the 10 strikes because a lot of jockeys will be in problems.
In the track, in Jamaica track, we have a 2 furlong stretch run, which most track overseas are just a furlong or a furlong and a half. So we have to ride these horses much longer. And these horses in Jamaica, they need to be whipped.
Now the commission says the jockeys will be given more time to get acclimatized to the changes to their riding styles.
We are in a transition period. The commission is still trying to engage with riders who run afoul of the rule and try to explain to them what it is that is required.
And we are going to take the opportunity once again to go through the provisions of the rule, to field any questions and concerns from the riders with a view of, representing their concerns to the board. But after that process of consultation has taken place, that is when I expect that the stewards now will begin to start gradually implementing the sanctions that are prescribed by the rules.
My first question to them is, why are you fining the jockeys when you told us we have some time to acclimatize?
In December, jockeys Roger Laho, Shavon Townsend and Javanil Patterson were fined for excessive whip use before the implementation. While recently, jockey O'Neill Scott, who rode Golden Syrup in the 9th race on Saturday, March 16, 2024, was severely cautioned for the excessive use of his whip shortly after the start. And apprentice Daniel Thompson was fined $10,000 and suspended for 4 race days for excessive use of the whip aboard Papi Don in the 7th event on Saturday, March 16, 2024, in the final 400 meters of the race. The rule was gazetted in February and came into effect on April 1. Denise Walters for TVJ Sports.
Thanks, Denise.